So we're still looking back at what happened on Saturday night simply because it's good to look at the past to determine what our expectations ought to be for the future. So we had this high risk and we had this 30% hatched area where tornadoes were supposed to develop, and it verified.
It absolutely did. If you take a closer look here at that 30% zone, that did a really good job encompassing really where we saw most of the tornado activity Saturday.
And what does a high risk actually mean? Well, let me just put this out there. Not all high risks are going to be April 27, 2011. That was an upper echelon event that I hope we never see in our lifetime again. But what we saw on Saturday is the classic expectation of what a high risk does. You get widespread severe storms. We had lots and lots of warnings. We had at least 16 expected tornadoes. And looking at some comments from the National Weather Service in just the last couple of minutes, they may have found one or two more that they didn't expect to find just based on radar. And some of them have been very long-lived. We had some that were on the ground for 20 to 30 miles and even longer than that over into Mississippi.
And when you think about the overall message here as well, there are a lot of folks who lost their homes on Saturday.
Right.
And so for them, this absolutely verified. Just because maybe you weren't under a warning does not mean that there aren't folks in Alabama right now that are just dealing with the unimaginable.
Right, and it all depends on where they hit. And this is Evan Bentley. He's on X. He's from the Storm Prediction Center. And he says this corresponds to something around 7 to 12 EF3 tornadoes within the high risk. They were expecting 6 to 14 EF3 tornadoes. So when we talk about these statistical outlooks, you probably heard us say on Friday, don't worry so much about which color you're in. Those are all statistical ideas of where the greatest concentration of storms will be, and I think that they did a pretty good job of nailing exactly where that hot zone was going to be. Now, what you see here are, yeah, that's a lot of lines. There are two specific soundings, weather balloons. They launch these things usually twice a day from the Shelby County Airport. The one that's closer to Taylor, well, that's the one from Saturday. The one that's closer to me was April 27th, 2011. There are some similarities, but there are a lot of dissimilarities. And I'll tell you, some of the latest research that's being done is looking into very tiny details like where the freezing line is within these things. Or see that little green line right there? How far that extends through the atmosphere. We're looking at the nitty-gritty little details with data like this now to help us determine exactly how bad an outbreak could get. But yes, in my opinion and the Storm Prediction's opinion, this was exactly what you expect from a high risk. We're grateful that the damage and loss of life was not worse, and this is one of the reasons that we think it was as good as it was.
Yes, throughout the day, we had our reporters out in the field showing us how crowded all of these shelters were. So thank you all so much at home. We heard that everybody had helmets. We heard that just people were listening to our forecast throughout the week and our warnings and taking them seriously.
Yeah, and look, that does not look comfortable. But they came out to see Sipsey decimated by a tornado. Same thing happened in Calera. So it's worth it. It's worth your time. It's worth the inconvenience to save yourself.
Absolutely. And today we've got fairly quiet weather as we move into the next couple of days. We are going to bring back the chance of a few storms. And I want to just preface this. It is not going to be anything like what we saw over the weekend. But for now, here's a view from Gadsden. It's been a pleasantly cool day. And through the rest of the evening, we are absolutely quiet. We will start tomorrow a bit chilly in the 30s and 40s, but by the afternoon, we're nice and warm. Tomorrow is a quiet day for us. Wednesday night into early Thursday, there is a low wind risk for a strong storm or two. Damaging winds and hail would be the main threats. We're also watching for some lightning as well within some of those storms, but notice the category here, low on all of that. Nothing like what we dealt with over the weekend. So for tomorrow, we're looking at a really nice day. During the afternoon, we're in the mid-70s. We'll have a lot of sunshine. Nothing to worry about weather-wise tomorrow. And truly much of the day on Wednesday will be quiet as well. It's during the evening hours that we bring in a line of storms. Main threats, the potential for a storm or two to briefly turn severe with damaging winds or hail. In addition to that, frequent lightning possible. This would mean a few severe thunderstorm warnings. This is that zone, once again, a marginal level 1 out of 5 risk. That's at the bottom of the scale. What we dealt with over the weekend, that was the very high end of the scale, high risk, level 5 out of 5. This is not that. This is a look at the timing, though. Lunchtime Wednesday, beautiful. We're going to be in the mid 70s, a few clouds around through the afternoon. You saw it there, small chance for an isolated shower. The line of storms that we'll have to watch comes in about 9 p.m. And you can see here, it's within this line that we would see a very low chance for a strong storm. Crossing through the Birmingham metro after about 11 p.m. And then these will be quickly exiting our state by the early morning hours. And that means the morning commute on Thursday will be a dry one. I do not believe that these storms are hanging around past sunrise on Thursday. It is worth noting, though, after the storms, we are going to turn very chilly. Thursday afternoon, surprisingly cool compared to the 70s we have over the next couple of days. Highs only reaching into the 50s. Then on Friday, an absolutely beautiful day. Saturday, really nice as well, but we're keeping a close eye on Sunday. We do see the potential for some storms moving in late Sunday night, lasting into Monday. For now, the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting a zone to our west for severe storms. This would be Sunday night into early on Monday. At this point, Alabama not included in that, but that will be our next system to watch after the storms Wednesday evening.